Welcome to the City of Miramar's Business Connect, where we connect your business to what's important. My name is Johnny Douglas, and I am the host for this afternoon. Today, we'll be discussing high performance, how to get your business to perform higher amongst its leadership and its employees. And also, the extenuation of that is community service, how community service can benefit you and your company and your business. Today we have with us Mr. Anthony Henderson, who is the CEO and founder of Inspiration Connection. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm amazing, Mr. Douglas. How are you today, sir?
I am doing well, sir. Glad to have you on our podcast today, and look forward for you to just share with us a lot of information that can help businesses benefit from what your organization have to offer. I'd like to begin first of all by having you give us like an overview on Inspiration Station.
Okay, Johnny. Well, what Inspiration Station does is we train and we inspire people to improve their performance and create new possibilities. You know, one of the things that we specialize in helping entrepreneurs, business owners, CEOs, executives, leaders, and high performers aspire to be the absolute best version of themselves.
Wow, that's an awesome thing. Now, the one thing that I love what you said there, inspire them to be the best version of themselves. Most businesses and most organizations get their status by way of community speaking for them. You know, by getting someone, like, for example, someone will tell you, they will always tell you about the bad things that the company provide. And they always tell you the good things that the company provide. But it's those little those little things that people don't know about companies that really make them grow, really make them special. One of the things about even your organization that makes you special is a lot of the community service work that you do. As a matter of fact, with the city of Miramar, which we are so grateful. Thank you so much for helping us in our community efforts.
Well, it's truly an honor, Johnny, to be able to give back. And, you know, just last week, I was notified that my business, Inspiration Station, was named the local business of the year for the city of Miramar, and through a company called Alignable. And what Alignable is the largest online referral network for small businesses. And so what they did is they acknowledge people, you know, local business leaders who've gone above and beyond to help their peers and their communities power through the COVID crisis. And just last week, I got the great news that Anthony Henderson Inspiration Station was the city of Miramar's local business of the year.
So, congratulations! It is well deserved. I can tell you. I mean, I'm at the food. I'm at our food distributions quite a lot, and you're there more than I am. So.
Well, you know, the city of Miramar means a great deal to me, Johnny. It really and truly does. You know, like many of my peers, I've gladly helped, you know, my fellow small business owners overcome a number of obstacles during this time. And it's just an honor, you know, and you know, the heartwarming support that I got from our peers, because one of the things that I know is that we're all in this thing together, and that we're stronger and that we're better together. So, you know, giving back once a week, you know, in a couple of weeks will be a solid year. So for about a year, on every single Thursday, I've gone out and volunteered my time. And, you know, I'm reminded of something Muhammad Ali said. He said, service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. And so I'm just paying a little rent. That's all.
I like that. I like that. Don't be amazed if you hear that from me a couple times. You may hear that. That's an awesome quote. I know most of his quotes, but I missed that one. That's a really good one. And you're right. I'm strong. I'm a strong proprietor of service, doing work for others, and I think it's so rewarding. Not so much financial rewarding, but it's an upliftment to know that, wow, I made a difference somewhere. I made a difference. You know.
Now, I think, you know, Johnny, that it boils down to a matter of empathy. And, you know, living and walking in somebody else's shoes. You know, when we think about 2020 or the phrase 2020 vision means normal vision, right? It means normal. It refers to visual acuity or the ability to see. But quite simply put, if you think about 2020 last year, it was anything but normal. There was nothing normal about it. It wasn't clear at all. You know, I go as far as to say it was a little foggy. It was foggy. It was dark at times. It was just cray. You know, and you know, it was catastrophic for some and troubling for anybody with a heartbeat. And so, you know, yes, there were some businesses, yes, there were some people that did well, some people benefited, but for the most part, we've all had to adjust. You know, we've all had to make sacrifices. So that's what we do.
Awesome. Now, because you mentioned, I was on your website. What a great website. I'm going to get that information out through the close of our podcast because I want people to visit your website to get a greater insight of who you are. I know who you are on a personal level because I see you all the time, and that you are a genuine soul, and I appreciate that. One of the things that you said about the pandemic and what we've gone through for 2020 is something that you developed out of that, even with your organization. You developed some. Well, first, before we get into that, I want to get into the point about what inspired your organization. Like, what inspired you to appeal to corporations, organizations, and small businesses on their high performance levels?
Well, Johnny, I'm gonna ask you I'm gonna answer it via a question. Okay. You know, have you ever wondered why some people make it and why others don't? You know, have you ever wondered why some people, it really doesn't matter what life throws at them. Life can throw everything at them except the kitchen sink, but they're gonna come out smelling like roses. You know, and it's the same reason that some ships sink while others stay afloat. You know, ships don't sink because of the water that's around them. They don't. Ships sink because of the water that gets in them. Okay. So my charge to your viewers today is don't let what's happening around you get inside you and weigh you down. You know, I'm a change agent. That's what I do. I'm a change agent. I'm a difference maker, inspirational speaker. And, you know, God has blessed me with the ability to help people be the absolute best version of themselves. And what's so funny or so ironic, I guess, is when I hear people say that motivation doesn't work. You know, inspiration, that stuff doesn't really last. And, you know, when I hear critics, when I hear detractors say that type of thing, I actually kind of agree with them, right? Motivation, inspiration doesn't last. Listen to me closely. It doesn't last. Eating, neither the exercise, and neither the showers. But I promise you this, if you do them all on a regular basis, not only are you going to look and feel good, but you're going to smell better too. You're going to smell better too.
Oh man, I like that. I like that. I like that.
And that's one of the things, one of the reasons why I started Inspiration Station. You know, that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about what I do. And because, you know, I think about, like you say, 2020, going back to 2020. And even we're in the first quarter of 2021 right now, things don't look good. Things just didn't look good. But I want to challenge your viewers to not be moved by what they see. All right. Don't be moved by what you see. You know, life can be very challenging. It is, you know, but as we navigate through these waters of life, it's important that we maintain hope in and through it all. We have to understand the power of hope. You know, and as your resident hope dealer, I'm out here today just to sling some hope. That's all. Slinging some hope.
Well, that sounds pretty good to me, and I feel very hopeful right now. I really do, and I truly agree with you. Me, working with the businesses in the city of Miramar, I know that we can infuse that in our business community because right now that is the most challenging group of all. Especially when you talk about your small mom and pop businesses, they are beyond challenged with it. They are like, you know, when you say I'm done, they are so done.
Listen, Johnny, there are times when, you know, you're going to feel anxious. There's times you're going to feel worried, dragged down, discouraged, defeated, frustrated, angry. And that's all on a good day. That's on a good day. All right. But in the midst of it all, we have to know that there's hope. You're reminded of something that Desmond Tutu once said. Desmond Tutu once said, hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness. Despite all the darkness. You know, we're dealing with unprecedented times in our world. You know, there's uncertainty, there's questions, there's a myriad of thoughts and feelings. But, we have to understand that the power of hope. And so, when you think about hope, hope is just it's a feeling of expectation and a desire for a certain thing to happen. And so, I'm reminded of something that says in the good book, talks about the absence of hope, because the absence of hope can have a negative effect on you, both physically, intellectually, emotionally, socially, and spiritually. The word says that hope deferred makes the heart sick. All right. So we ain't trying to be sick. All right. We need to be healthy. We need to be well.
Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe in the method of hope. I also believe in the method of hope being coupled with works.
Yes.
You can hope for things, but there comes a time when you have to put your
equity, put your money where your mouth is.
Right.
What's interesting, Johnny, and I do apologize for cutting you off if I did, but the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. I'm a man of great faith. I pray to God, and I know him quite well, but I got to do my part. And I think for so many people, women of faith, where we kind of miss the mark is that we waiting on God to do something, and God is waiting on you. He's waiting on us to do our part. So again, if you're watching me today, do your part. God has equipped you to do your part. All right. And he's never going to put you in a situation. There's not a test created that you can't pass. It's not.
Oh, wow.
All right. So just go out there and do the doggone thing.
Well, you've made through your organization, you've made it quite easy, somewhat easy for someone to do the work, because you have mapped out training sessions, speaking engagements, and also books that you've written to help people do the work. It's easy to tell a company, organization, or business owner to do the work, but sometimes they're wondering, well, what work do I do? I mean, they're kind of stuck in what type of work should I do? Where should I go from here now? And I love the fact that when we're talking about the pandemic, you're talking about the 2020, and it's a total different scene, because we're not seeing anything in 2020. It wasn't perfect vision at all.
Not at all. It's foggy.
But through that, your company has developed a training session called Hope. And it's interesting how you bounced on the word hope. And so therefore, I would love for you to expound on your hope training.
Well, my hope training is something that, was given to me, divinely inspired. And, I was in prayer one day and I was like, well, Lord, it's tough out here. I mean, it's people that are really feeling it. Give me a word, give me something to help them, give me something to get through, because I'm so big on practicality, and application, being able to actually do something. A lot of people say, well, do this, but where's the how to? Where's the how to? And I believe in keeping things very simple. The KISS principle, keep it simple, sweetie. And so hope is just 4 areas, Johnny, that if we focus on these 4 areas, we're going to get through. And the H stands for health, for obvious reasons. Coronavirus that attacks our health. Now more than ever, it's important that we stay active, that we stay healthy, even if we're stuck at home. We got to get our bodies moving. And true health and wellness, it includes sunlight, relationships, meditation, gut health, mental health, technology consumption, passions, and even sleep. So health is something that we have to invest in, because health really and truly is wealth. So that's the H. And, I'm sitting here and for some reason this commercial just popped into my mind. I don't know if you remember, Johnny, a couple of years back, there was this milk commercial. Okay. And I think it was a black and white commercial, and everybody had the little white mustache.
Right.
And they started with a question, got milk?
Got milk,
and,
right.
And the goal of the commercial, I don't know if you remember, was to educate people on the benefits, the positives of drinking milk. You get your calcium, strong muscles, strong bones. And the commercial, it always ended with milk. It does the body good.
Right.
So keeping with that same commercial, Johnny, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask your viewers a question. Got hope?
Wow.
Do you have hope? Because, see, that's not just a rhetorical question, okay? But it also serves as a perpetual reminder of something that we need. and something that we must have. It's not optional. Okay, you gotta have it. And just like milk that does the body good, hope does the soul good.
Wow.
These are tragic times for many and troubling times for us all. And in order to make it through, we gotta have hope. You have to understand the power of hope. So again, the H stands for health. O stands for opportunities. And for some of you watching me, you're like, opportunity? There wasn't no opportunity. And because again, 2020 brought some unique challenges, but it also afforded us opportunities to adjust, right? To adjust our lives, adjust our work, adjust to our families, our communities. We have opportunities to grow, opportunities to develop, and opportunities to change. All right. This is it's a different obstacle that if you manage it, listen to me, it will strengthen you and make you better. It will make you a better person. I'm 51 years young. I'll be 52 on Saturday. One of the things I've learned about life is there's some things you can control and some things that you just can't. Okay.
Right.
So control the controllables and don't worry about the rest, because again, you got hope. You got hope. A fellow speaker, an inspirational speaker friend of mine, Jim by name of Delator McNeil, I love his quote. He says, the biggest room in the world is the room for improvement.
Yes.
And we all got areas that we can improve upon, right? And you may be watching me, you're saying, opportunity. I've had every door slammed in my face, and I have doors slammed in my face. I get told no. I get told, no, we ain't got the budget. It's not in the budget. I have to submit, 20 proposals to get one. Okay, so we're all in the same thing, but understand something. I want you to visualize this. If you think of a house, right? There's always more windows in a house than there are doors.
That's true.
Okay, always. So yeah, that door has been slammed in your face, but there's still a window of opportunity right there. Okay?
Wow.
And there's always more opportunities. And some of you, you're missing out on opportunities because it's dressed up in overalls and it looks like work. Okay. Albert Einstein, he once said that in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Yeah. So yes, it's difficulty, and I'm not minimizing it. You may have been furloughed. You may have been laid off. Okay. I remember when COVID hit, I had several gigs that got X'd. They got canceled. And again, that was income that I was expecting. All right. I didn't throw in the towel. I didn't quit. I had to adjust. And look for other opportunities. Okay. Because again, opportunity dances with those that are already on the dance floor. So get on the dance floor. Because opportunities are there for you. All right. So O stands for opportunity. P is people. Take the focus off you and focus on others. Focus on people. Johnie, I think we're kind of in the same demographics in regards to our age, but back in 1971, the Stylistic had a song called People. It said, but that's what makes the world go round. The ups and the downs, right? The carousel. Changing people fares around, go underground, young man, people make the world go round. So again, when we're talking about next level performance, all right, because that's what I do. I'm a peak performance expert. It requires people skills. The key to being successful in the world is being good with people. All right, you got to be good with people. Everything starts with people. The new economy is people. You want to be a great realtor? It starts with being great with people. Okay. You want to be a great insurance agent? It starts with being great with people. If you're good with people, you're an expert with people, you're going to get referrals, you're going to get spin-offs, your business will be successful. This mindset of just my four and no more, no, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. You got to think about other people. So when I go every Thursday, there are many Thursdays where I don't feel like it, Johnny. I'm tired. Okay. I don't feel like it. But my alarm is set. I wash my face, I brush my teeth, and I get my butt out there. Now, what's so funny about that weekly fuel distribution? A few months ago, so many of because most of the people that attend there, they're city employees. They work for the city of Miramar. And so a lot of people just assumed that I was a city employee. So I remember one day when I was talking to somebody, I was like, what? they were just that the look on their face was so funny. They're like, you don't work for the city? You come out here every week? They're like, you better than me? I'm like, no, I said, no, I'm not better than you. I wouldn't go that far. It's just something that God put in my heart to do. And I have to be obedient to him. So I'm there every Thursday because, again, what I know is this. What you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. Okay? So again, focus on people. All right? The E, what's the E stand for? E stands for excellence.
Yes.
Right? Have an excellent spirit in any and everything that you do. All right? Because excellence is the result of caring more than others think is wise, risking more than others think is safe, dreaming more than others think is practical, and expecting more than others think is possible. All right. So have that spirit of excellence in any and everything that you do, and it's not just lip service, it's an action word.
Right. Yes.
I mean, think about it. Have you ever heard that phrase, Johnny? What you do speaks so loudly, I can hardly hear what you're saying.
Right.
So it ain't just words. You got to show some action. It's time for some action, especially as a business owner. I ask my clients, I ask business owners all the time, hey, is what you're doing, would you get 5-star ratings? Think about that for a moment. Because pretty much every type of business, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's the movie theater, whether you go to get your oil changed, they'll be like, well, Mr. Douglas, I'm going to send you a survey, all right, via your email. And if you'd be so kind to give us all 5. Give us 5 stars, right? We've all been there, right? What that signifies is excellence. It signifies that you do good work, right? And you might be watching me and saying, well, Anthony, it sounds like you want everybody to be perfect. No, not at all. Because there's a difference between perfection and excellence, all right? Because perfection, in the words of Vince Lombardi, he said perfection isn't even attainable. Right. When you chase perfection, you can catch excellence. Right. All right, you can catch it. All right, so that's all I try and do. I make mistakes all the time. I forget stuff. I'm human. And I tell people, hey, charge it to my head, not my heart. Because my heart is pure and I'm intentional about things that I do. But we got to have hope. Because hope, Johnny, listen to me as I close this my little hope thing. Hope is a pillar that holds up the world. It really is. So never lose hope.
I like your concept of hope. I like the
acronym,
what it stands, the acronym, because the acronym is itself is challenging you to have hope. The acronym, you're telling people to stay healthy. Okay, in a pandemic, you're telling people, think of opportunities. What opportunities? Okay, you're asking people to focus on other people, but what about me? You're asking people, to be excellent. Excellent. I got all of this in front of me, and you want me to be. Look, if I can just make it happen, I'm good. And so I love the acronym of HOPE because it's a derivative of everything opposite of 2020. You're telling us to act in character in an uncertain situation, which is awesome. And I think if we grab hold of that, then to act differently in a situation that dictates you act a certain way will produce better results. Better results. So I love it. As you were as you were talking, I'm thinking, wow, everything hope represents is totally opposite of what 2020 brought.
Well, and you're right. You're right. So how do you get through? It's how to bounce back from COVID. And with the COVID situation, we've been given guidelines. We've been given criteria by the CDC. Hey, social distancing, wear your mask, and all that stuff. And what's so interesting when I think about social distancing does not mean social isolation.
But you know what? I was going to say that because I always say physical distancing.
Yes.
Not so because we socialize now even more so than we did face to face through our social media. So we have not social distance. We physical distance.
Physical distance, and there's a difference.
It's,
And that's something people got to understand. People should not be left alone. People should not be
right.
left in despair, untouched, uncared for. And one of the things that I try to do is bring people comfort in the midst of chaos.
Yes.
God has created us all to be communal creatures,
Right.
right?
Right.
So we
Exactly.
need each other. We need
Exactly.
each other. I need you. You need me. So social this doesn't mean social isolation, man. So just like you're watching this podcast today, there's Zoom meetings, and I get it. Sometimes you get zoomed out, because back to back to back Zoom meetings.
Right. Right. Right.
If I get one more notice about another Zoom meeting, I'm about to.
Right. I'm gonna zoom out here. Right. I love it. For one thing, I want the listening audience to know, and I want the viewers to see that this is who you are.
Oh yeah.
And I was ready to see if there's something different than I see at the food distribution, then I will see here. And you are just the same. There is nothing different about your personality, about your persona, about how you exhibit what you train, which is hope. How you exhibit high performance is what you give. And so I would love for the businesses or organizations out there who are listening, if you wanted to have, they want to have someone come into the organization to speak to, train, and set up training classes for the organization, that you would probably be one of the best people that they can choose to do that, because of the fact, not promoting, I can't, but what I can say, based on what I'm seeing here and based on what I know of you, you would not let this company or organization down by what your organization have to offer them to reach high performance and excellence.
Or I believe in authenticity, Johnny, to be very candid with you. I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser. Okay, because everybody's grown, everybody's adults. And so, when your authenticity is the highest level of performance that you can give. And, unfortunately, we live in a society where people are always trying to be somebody that they're not. I don't need you to be who you're not. Just be you. Okay,
Right.
because God created you to be who you are, and be that, because trying to be somebody else is a waste of the person that you are.
Right.
So just be you. And like you say, what you see is what you get. This is how I am. I'm full of energy. It's so funny. As an inspirational speaker, before COVID hit, all of my trainings, the majority were always in person. And so, you do what you do as a professional. You prepare your training, your presentation, and then you make adjustments depending on the audience, how they interact and things of that nature. Now, Zoom, that presents a different challenge, because all you see is a little square box.
Right.
And more often than not, everybody's on mute. So you can't tell if you're hitting their, so just prepare and, let the chips fall where they may, but it's been very well received. Been very well received.
Very good. Very good. A question for you.
Yes, sir.
By you being a proponent of community service, how would you say it would benefit other organizations and businesses to take on that role, developing community services? What are the benefits for that? What can they benefit? What can they find, not only for benefit for them, but what can they find out of that? Get out of that.
Well, I believe the universe gives back what you put out. Ultimately,
Okay.
It's kind of like you reap what you sow. So, if you want certain seeds, if you want pumpkin seeds, you can't plant lemon seeds, because you're not going to get a pumpkin. So for me, when it comes down to giving back and volunteering, what happens is people actually see me in the community. They're like, okay, yeah, that's that dude. And wait a minute, if I need somebody, I got a staff. I mean, I don't have a staff of 100, 200 people. I had a staff of 6, but they need some inspiration. They need some motivation. Yeah, got that guy, Anthony, that dude from Inspiration Station. And so because I'm, fresh on their mind, that kind of out of sight, out of mind, because they've seen me volunteer in the week. I might be that first person that they call, that first person that they actually reach out to. And so, it's just one of them things where I feel very strongly. First of all, you're going to feel great about it. you're going to see people from every walk of life,
Yes.
that are in need. It could be Lamborghinis and they coming through the drive. It could be BMWs, Mercedes, all these high-end vehicles. And then you got your learn, but they're in that line because they have a need. And that's where everybody is. We may have all came over here on different ships, but right now, Johnny, we all in the same boat.
Same boat.
We are in the same boat, buddy. We are in the same boat.
Exactly.
And we all need each other. We all
Exactly.
need each other. So if you can help somebody, help them, because it's going to come right back and boomerang you.
One of the things that I found to be very, very, I'm very, very socially conscious. And one of the things I love is to see businesses, organizations out there making themselves available for community events. Because the one thing about it is that for me, I can connect with you. And once I can, and most of your consumer base want to connect with you. And everybody don't connect with you via commercial. Everybody don't connect with you via website. Everybody can't connect with you via Twitter. Or most people connect with you by a personal encounter and how you interact with the community. I think that is an awesome way. I think it's one of the oldest ways of publicity. I think it's one of the oldest ways of what you call marketing yourself, and I think it works very well still.
It still works. It's effective.
It works.
Your network increases your net worth.
Exactly.
So you have to network with people. You got to know people. I'm reminded, I think it was Maya Angelou. She said, people don't care about how much you know, until they know how much you care. Yeah, and there are some great businesses out there that know a lot, and they're actually good at what they do. Right. The community doesn't know that you care about them, so they're not going to patronize you. Exactly. They're not going to give you their money. Okay. Yeah. So show them that you care. All right. Get in there. All right. You can't expect me to dig a hole and you don't have a shovel. Right. All right. You got a shovel. I see you with a shovel. I'm like, okay, they're actually willing to do it. I may not ask you to do it, but because I know that you're willing to do it, that goes a long way.
That means it goes a long way. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. I am. It really is. It's a pleasure having you. I can talk with you for forever. Forever. I can. You have that personality. You have that way about yourself. But I'm glad that our listeners today are hearing something positive. Because, and I can tell you for my visiting businesses and organizations and even corporations, all businesses are not suffering. There are some businesses who have done actually exceedingly well through last year. 2020, as a matter of fact, there are some businesses that I spoke with. They said 2020 was their best year ever. Ever. And so with that said, my thing is that, okay, find out who these businesses are. Let me connect with you. How did you find success in the midst of my pandemic? Because
well, success leaves footprints, Johnny.
Yes.
Success leaves footprints. And so, if you want to be successful, do what successful people do. Exactly. I feel led to kind of share this if you so kind of allow me. When I think about the political landscape. Yes. Okay, what's going on, especially in the United States of America? You got civil unrest, you got racism, you got divisiveness, you got flawed infrastructures. And what so many people are so quick to do is they want to put you in a box. Either you're a friend or you're an enemy. Yes. And sometimes the person is not in business. Listen to me. In business, there are no permanent friends or enemies. Not in business. Right. All right. Not in business. There's only shared interests. Okay? Right. There's shared interests. Right. And we understand that, this is what we have in common. Right. How can we do this? How can we accomplish this goal? Right. That other stuff doesn't matter. We may not go have cocktails. We may not go to happy hour afterwards. Right. Listen, we have this shared interest. All right. So let's help each other. This is the goal. That's right.
You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. And it makes our world go around. It makes businesses. It challenges businesses to do better. It challenges businesses to give that excellent performance that the consumers are looking and waiting for. So I appreciate that as well. I appreciate what your organization does because you mentioned some things here that really touched on us great deal. And when we talk about organizations with a diverse culture and how you can help them reach higher performances as they try to maintain a social consciousness
Right.
that incorporates everybody on an equal level. How do you maintain that kind of atmosphere of equality of justice when the outside world is telling you everything is not justice, that everything is not equal? And in your organization, how do you level that playing field to make everyone in every walk of life feel comfortable enough to say, hey, out there, I may not feel like I'm a part, but thank you for my company and my business that I work for, that they have made me feel that way.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad that your organization can have programs and trainings set up that provide that type of goals to reach, as how we cannot let what happened, although terrible as it was with your George Floyd and Breonna, affect their organization in a way that it can't produce.
Yeah.
With a diverse people,
Johnny, you kind of touched on what I like to call servant leadership, because everything rises and falls on leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Everything rises and falls on leadership, and so successful companies, they understand that they have staff people that aren't all alike. They're not 100% of anything. Most companies aren't. Okay, so you got to understand that, and you got to have programs. They bring in people such as myself to have those uncomfortable conversations, and it's okay to have conversations. It's okay to have mature dialogue. All right, because again, it's about teamwork.
Yeah.
And you find out ways that we can work together. I talk about mental toughness, sales, customer loyalty. These are just a couple of things that I train on and can do presentations for. And so, but like I said, it boils down to the leadership. Any successful company, especially now, they be like, listen, we may not always get it right, but we're at least making that effort.
Right.
And I think when people see you making the effort, they give you a lot more grace.
Right.
You need a lot more grace.
Exactly.
About the situation.
And we know grace is unmerited. It's not. You can't earn it. It's got to be given. Right?
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Wow. Awesome. Well, it has really been a pleasure having you on the podcast today, learning more about what you do, learning what inspires you and how you can inspire other companies and organizations. Mr. Henderson, how can an organization get in contact with you? We're going to put it on the screen, but how can they get in contact with you?
You can go to my website. That's probably the easiest. It's inspirationstation.biz, B-I-Z, inspirationstation.biz. You can actually email me as well. It's my name, Anthony, at inspirationstation.biz. You can shoot me an email anytime, or you can just call me at 320-2UPLIFT, 320-287-5438. Just give me a call.
We appreciate having you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
The pleasure was all mine, Mr. Johnie Douglas. Keep doing what you're doing. I want to thank you, the City of Miramar. I want to thank the Business Connect podcast. I want to thank your viewers. Please share this video. They're doing some great things in this amazing city of Miramar. We're all about beauty and progress. And again, before I go, I want to remind you, my name is Anthony Henderson. I'm speaker extraordinaire. I'm Linda D's firstborn child. Reminding you that life is God's gift to you. And what you do with that life is your gift to God.
Awesome. And to all of our business out there, business owners out there, and all our listening audience out there, please, if you want to hear more about what goes on in the city of Miramar, if you want to connect with individuals like Mr. Henderson with Inspiration Station, or you want to connect with any other webinars or any other financial opportunities that may be available to you, please log on to www.miramarfl.gov/business pulse. We have a Business Pulse newsletter that will fill your reading and pleasure with all the updates and everything that goes on in the city of Miramar. Until then, my name is Johnny Douglas, and I'm asking you to stay safe, but most importantly, stay connected.